My entire life is one big side hustle. It's ginormous. Allow me to explain. I'm editing my video right now from like the entire week. So it's a mess. And I've shot it on like 5 different cameras. So there's that. I'm editing right now and I'm just thinking how important it is as a filmmaker, as a content creator, whatever you want to deem yourself as. It's very important to watch stuff. It's very important to not be on like the social media aspect, but you should be consuming content in your realm, such as movies, shows, TV, YouTube videos that are down your rabbit hole. Things like this are the best way to generate ideas for your own content, for your own filmmaking, whatever. Because this show gave me such a good idea and I love it, so I'm going to put it in this video and it might stick around for the remainder of my videos because I just think that it is so cool. And so I want to keep saying that it is super important to keep consuming other people's work, because when you still like an artist, you can take a combination of all of people's work and make it into your own. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. My whole dynamic of hustling started back when I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, I then realized that I was going to grow up and I was not going to be in my parents' house forever. So I needed to come up with a situation to make money. My growing up situation was, we were kind of middle class, lower middle class for sure. We definitely had a good upbringing, but lower middle class is what it is. So obviously I wanted to take matters into my own hands in middle school, and I think this was 6th grade. It could have been honestly even 5th grade too. I started selling duct tape wallets and I started selling survival bracelets, things like this. I made some money. I wasn't the best at it because obviously there were other people doing and selling those things as well. However, I made a few bucks off of it, and that kind of kick-started it for me. I felt so good after making something, art, from arts and crafts basically, and selling it. That was like, oh my gosh, I love doing this. And so that kind of set a fire, right? Because my full-time job back then was being in school, right? It was being a kid. But my side hustle was survival bracelets, making wallets, keychains, things like that. And so I made them. I side hustled them. I sold them to all my grandparents, right? I loved the idea of doing multiple things. And as I got older, the list just kind of kept coming up. I always had YouTube. That was always, you know, something that I wanted to do, but that wasn't really making me any money. So it was a side hustle, but I wasn't getting paid for it until now. So we'll talk about that in a second. I would go to school and, you know, I would have some part-time job or something somewhere at a retail clothing place, or I would be doing shot clocks in basketball gyms, things like that. whilst I'd be doing that, I would be selling clothes online. I'd be trying eBay, and I would do Poshmark, and I would try to sell clothes that I don't use anymore instead of just giving them to Goodwill. It just is another way of getting back the money that you paid for the clothes. And I made a lot of money doing that stuff, and I was like, whoa, you know, like what else can I do? And, you know, as I got older, I started getting into stocks, making money that way. I started still doing YouTube on the side. I started getting multiple jobs. So I would have a part-time job, and then I would have a job that was in the family business. And then I'd be doing the, you know, selling the clothes, doing the things like that. I'd be trying to sell my photos to stock websites. I'd be trying to do everything. And there's so many different side hustles and this stuff. And I was going to college, right? Or I was doing other things. So I was always in the mindset of having a side hustle. And it brings me to the current day where I have side hustles. I will list all the different side hustles that I currently am doing now. So this is the list of all of the things that are currently or could potentially make me money that I'm doing now. So I have my part-time job. That's the first thing that really is making me money. Then I have my new job. It's coming up. I just did the training for it, so that's definitely going to be ranking above the part-time job. YouTube. YouTube is obviously another side hustle that I'm doing because it is not making me that much money, but it's still making me money. Stocks is more like an investment thing. You kind of get that money later on in life, not necessarily right now, but it's still gaining you money. Selling used items. This is the Poshmark, this is the Macari, this is the Depop. All those selling used items, used camera gear, used clothes, things like that is also a potential place of income. Picking money off the street. This is a side hustle within itself. Do you know how many times I have seen a coin and Haley is like, I don't even know how you saw that. Like, that is crazy. So you have to be like trained in order to pick up money off the street. Also, you cannot be embarrassed to pick up money off the street because ultimately all that money is going to add up, even if it is just a penny or a nickel. You are still going to make money by picking money off the streets. Stock photos. This is something that I'm starting that's new. I still have a lot of photos to upload, which is going to be partly what I'm going to be doing today, but stock photos can potentially earn me money. Fetch points. If you have not heard of the Fetch app, you should get on it. It's all about receipts, and then the more receipts you upload, the more points you get, then you can get free gift cards. And then insurance points. Some people's insurance companies work different. The one that I'm on, I have an app that allows me to track my steps, track my data, track my health activity, learn doing certain journeys, and I get certain points, and then I can go ahead and apply it to a gift card or whatever. I know Haley's is the same too. Like, it depends on how much she sleeps, getting the hours in, so it's all about like the health thing. So look up your insurance benefits if they have any like programs that do points for gift cards. So those are all the side hustles that I am currently doing. Now, this is granted, I don't have one big singular job that I'm working for. Like, it's all literally one job from all of these side hustles. It's also really important to have multiple sources of income, because if one goes to poop, at least you have some backups to get you through to the next month or the next rent. You know what I mean? So having multiple sources of income is smart because you have backups. You built your own self a safety net for income. That's why I do all side hustles. My entire life is a side hustle. Speaking of side hustles, I am now switching over to uploading pictures for stock images. I've gotten like 2 selected so far, so that's good, fingers crossed. It will do well. But yeah, there's a lot of images that I am hoping to get up because I have a whole hard drive full of photos. So I want to get some of these uploaded and done so that perhaps somebody will take a chance and download some of my images so I can get some coin. Sometimes I just sit here and it's just like I feel like I'm wasting time by just sitting here and trying to figure out like what I want to do today, and it's really not productive. Like I have a whole list of video ideas stuck to my wall up there, right? Whole bunch. But it's just like, Okay, so I just filmed a little short. I haven't really made a short like this in a really long time, but I always make them not for the views or clicks or follows or whatever. I want to be in a music video one day, and I just feel like it's such a cool concept to be in a music video, and also that music makes me feel a certain type of way, and I want to portray how it makes me feel. So with these videos, I can do that. So that's really exciting for me. So if you haven't gone and checked out that short, it's on my shorts somewhere. All right, so I've been editing this short for about 2 hours. It is 1 minute and 6 seconds. 2 hours. If y'all don't think that shorts don't take me that long, that they're very short to make, no. Wrong. Go check out that short though. It's the Fletcher short. I'm wearing a white collared shirt and blue jeans. Go watch it. It's incredible. The fact that it's like 49 degrees outside right now is blowing my mind. I probably should get out there and do some street photography. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. Okay. Street photography things that I do. I always start off with my GoPros. This battery was 100%. I charged it completely, and then now it's at 77%. So that's always a fun thing. I always bring an extra battery, and then I bring my Insta360 because this thing holds a great charge. Way better than a GoPro does. My GoPro here is 7. So I'm just gonna chuck it in there, and then chuck the extra battery in there. Put this bad boy in. It's like I'm gearing up to go into the military or something like that. Did you know that it was on the roster of list of, you know, jobs that I could possibly want to do, but my mom said no, and so that got shut down real quick. Taking my Canon M50 Mark II with a 50mm lens out. I don't really know where I'm going, but I guess we shall find out. It's so nice out here. Well, that was quite exciting. Also, it's hot. I mean, walking makes you hot anyways, but going outside and 50-degree weather with like 5 layers on it gets hot. What is my hair doing? I need to cut my hair again. I think that's the story. And the story is that I just get really shy every time I need to cut my hair because I'll just feel like I'm gonna mess it up. Anyway, I went outside to take photos, keeping in mind that yes, they're for a video, but also I could use them for stock photos. So again, with this hustling thing, if you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I mean, you should do it. If there's a way where you can make money off of something that you're already doing, now that is the perfect sweet spot right there. You want to keep that for as long as you can. Hustling in whatever job, whatever manner that you are in, I think it's really about, you know, making sure you're going at it 100% of the time and you're doing it to the best of your abilities, the best efforts you can put out there into the universe. So, you know, side hustling isn't usually always about, you know, oh, let me just do something off over here. It doesn't matter if it does well or bad. It's just whatever. Like for me, side hustles, because they're all of my main job, I want to make sure that each one is set up to maximize its purpose and to gain as much income as possible. So I try to put my effort into each one of them. You know, some days I dedicate more time to others, but I still make sure that I'm getting those systems organized so that I can make sure I maximize those sites, those side hustles. Again, it's also a good way to make passive income. If you are making income and you're not having to do anything, that's also one of the best things that you can have. Side hustles should not be like side hoes. Like you should really give time to them and make sure that they're properly set up and dealt with so that they can give back to you that 100% or 90% that you put into it. Back on the editing game, one of the things that I just can't justify buying is a subscription to music. And I always complain to myself. I'm like, yo, why don't you buy music? This music selection on YouTube Studio is trash. And I'm like, well, I can make my own music. I have the ability. I can get some tools. I have my guitar. Like I can make music. But then another side of me is like, I don't want to do that. So I argue with myself back and forth and back and forth, and the only thing that goes in my videos is the crappy YouTube Studio music. And so here we are, back on YouTube Studio music, trying to find a specific sound that I know they won't have, but holding out hope for sure. Well, I woke up today, throat fire. So I'm fire today. I'm sick. I'm just gonna accept my fate. Gosh dang. Oh God, it's on such an angle. That is actually so disgusting. God, I need to fix my life. Okay, we're starting again. My whole entire life is a giant side hustle. My entire life. My entire life has always been a giant side hustle. God, why is this on such the angle? It just is like awful to look at. Like, get straight. I know I'm not, but still. God. Okay. My entire life is one big
side hustle.
I'm just thinking about, girl. Okay. I haven't, why does this always go so bright? Like